Congratulations on the win. What are your thoughts on the performance? One that means you qualify automatically.
I think we control very well the game. We had more possession. Of course, we have to understand the opponent. It's not, with all due respect, it's not the same level as Premier League. So we have more time to think, to connect the plays, and I think Kobe in that position played very well, with more freedom, with not so much responsibility running back all the time. And I think the lads did a good job, clean sheet again, create some chances. We have to score more goals because today we had the opportunities, but in the end we made some rotation. We took 2 games from the schedule. It was a good day for us.
The only thing you didn't mention, Ruben, is the key and decisive substitutions at half-time. Did they change the game?
No, not entirely the game, but again, I already spoke about that. In the first half, they run a lot to cover all the spaces, and then you feel it that in the second half, the opponent also get tired, and it's easy for the guys that come in. But of course, Garner has a different pace. In this more like a forward, a winger is different from Chris that was playing in that position. Ahmad is really good on 1-against-1 and can push players to defend with them, open more space. So was a good work from everybody.
Yeah. Did the goals represent a sort of style of football that you're looking to introduce at Man United?
Of course, we want to improve a lot the way we play. We want to play a little bit more closer than today, but again, we need to play like this against an opponent with more pressure, with different pace, with more quality on the ball. So we have to adapt to improve the team.
3 wins in a row. Does it start to feel like you're gaining some momentum now?
It depends. The most important thing is not the 3 that we won, is the next one. So let's focus. It's Sunday. We will arrive tomorrow, so we have 1 day to prepare. We have to recover the players. We are going to sleep here to work in the morning, so we are trying everything to recover the players and then to be competitive.
And how pleased are you to have a less busy schedule in February?
That is the biggest thing. More than the win is to have time to train, to have time to recover the players for playing Premier League. That is a key point for us.
Thank you, Ruben.
Thank you very much.
To the side, they dominated the ball. They really dominated the game, but the first half they didn't really look like they were going to score. Second half they looked really dangerous. I thought the attacking players, everybody looked way more dangerous, and they deserved the win. They were the much better side.
Yeah, the subs changed the game, didn't they, Robbie, at half-time?
Yeah, they did, and it's amazing. I think Garnacho, I don't think he's a 10. Listen, he played as a 10, but he drifted out wide. I think Garnacho's best when he can run at the opposition. I don't think he's at his best when he's got his back to goal. So I like to see him on the left, but he's not a wing-back. You know, and Kobe Mainoo as a 10, I think that's his best position personally. You know, Owen might disagree, but I think, you know, in those tight areas as a 10, that's where I think he's at his best. So again, I think he's solving the problems 3 in a row, as Lucy said in commentary, and his positivity for Manchester United. It was a good second half. Yeah, it was. Mainoo involved in both of the goals, Owen. What did you like about his performance tonight?
Yeah, and think because Eriksen and Bruno were playing a bit deeper, it allowed Kobe to release and get further forward. And I said at half-time, just play the ball in there, just put it in. You know, Kobe does a brilliant job of putting it into an area, and Dalot gets a tap in. You know, obviously you need players to be in the back post. Dalot does brilliantly. Kobe releases it. How about this for Garnacho? Well, he was brilliant when he come on, and Kobe he learned from the first one and just passed it into the goal.
But again, look at where Garnacho is. He's on the left-hand side running towards the goal, and he's got pace. I think pace is a leveller. Ahmad's pace, Garnacho's pace. I think when they're running at teams, they're a threat. And I think Kobe is that 10. You know, I don't think he's a 6 in this Manchester United team. And the argument is he a 10? Is he creative enough to be a 10? Is he defensively minded enough to be a 6? I think he has to play in a 3. Obviously, Manchester United don't play that. You know, he's probably an 8. But he
almost played in a 3 today, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, because Garnacho kept going out to that left-hand side. I think Kobe Mainoo, for me, is a 10 in that team. But listen, he can play as a 6, of course he can. I think in tighter areas, he's really good. And you've seen the run in the first half when he had the volley. He had the chance over the bar. He's created a goal. He scored a goal. So I thought Kobe Mainoo was brilliant tonight.
Just looking at the table that's on screen, guys, confirmation there. Manchester United finishing in 3rd place. Tottenham just below them. They won tonight. So did Rangers as well, and that means that they're actually finishing in the automatic qualification spots as well. So all the British sides involved in the final night of the Europa League phase this evening, all winning and all going through in one of those automatic spots. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Really, I mean, amazing for Rangers. To be fair, that's going to be a tough place to, for a knockout game. And I think for United, they did the job. They need to look. They can win this competition. Tottenham can do the same as well. So could completely change their season, get them into the Champions League. That's
what we were saying earlier, wasn't it, Robbie? This has to be a priority for United now.
Yeah, it is, and they've got those 2 free weeks now where Ruben Amorim can work on the training ground. Listen, it's a real positive result for Manchester United and for Spurs. Spurs with the youngsters scoring tonight as well. So seeing Big Ange smile tonight was nice as well. So again, it's a good night for British clubs.
Guys, thanks for now. Matt Smith and The Goal Show are coming up for you next. They're going to wrap up all...
About a pass as being impossible to defend, because most are possible to defend, but you can see even in the replays there, he didn't drill it across, he side-footed, but with enough power to evade the defenders, and yet enough sympathy, as they say, for an easy finish.
It's that horrible ball, which I've unfortunately put in my own net a number of times, where it's just across. And
I thought we weren't allowed to mention the OGs.
Yeah. But it's impossible almost. You can't do anything because you try and put a foot on it.
They didn't even get close enough to defenders to get a foot on it.
No, it's in between the corridor of uncertainty, in between the centre back and the goalkeeper.
But he sees it quick, Rich. He sees it quick. His head's up, and then the technical ability. He's got to take it on the half volley and just kind of cushion it across the 6-yard box. That's the level that he's got in terms of technique.
Garnacho done it, I think, a little bit later, but it was just smashed across. It was in the same area, but didn't have the quality or the sort of consideration for the guy receiving it on the other end.
Mainu finished the job himself then a little later.
Yeah, I think it was his all-round game, and I trust him in these areas. Garnacho's got to improve his finishing power. We know that he's a little bit raw, but Mainu in these areas of the pitch in the last third. I mean, he lends that ball to Garnacho, but he sees the picture early. Have a look at when he picks up the ball here. Lends it to Garnacho. Doesn't sprint into the 6-yard box. He knows there's a little pocket of space there. Just kind of senses it. And that's almost nonchalant. Now, we had a chance first half. He put it over the crossbar. But look at this. Just walks onto it. There's no tension there in his body. He trusts himself. He trusts his technique just to find that bottom corner. That's the quality that he has. Now, his centre midfield from a deeper area, he may not get into these areas often enough. You have to travel over distance. But this number 10 position, you're higher up the pitch, in a better position to get into the box and impact the game, and I think he can do that.
Manchester United finished third, just to confirm, so that means they'll play the team that finishes 13th, 14th, 19th or 20th, depending who comes through the playoffs there. We'll let you know who those teams are in a few minutes' time, Richard, but I think given what we said earlier on, and people are aware, there's no Champions League teams dropping into this competition. These are like we see Lazio tonight.
Business once more on the back of that very important equaliser, 1-1. So deflection, and it will be a throw-in. Well, what can they do to stop him running at them? Romeo Lavia. And there it is, the half-time whistle. So the beginning of the second half here at Stamford Bridge. Possession one. Mudryk. Being egged on by the crowd. And a goal to re-establish their advantage. Just look at the celebrations. Palmer.